Hi, this is Charlie giving you Friday's live trading. I hope you're all very well. Just looking at the markets, it's just coming up to 8 a.m. and just looking at the markets and deciding where to trade, so to speak. The markets have had some moves overnight with the dollar yen news. The yen-based news, Japanese news. So they've had some half decent movement overnight. So I'm just having a look across these charts, and then I'll come back to it. So I'll press pause now. Okay, just back. So I'm going to give this a short on the euro. It could be over very quickly because I'm pushing it on this one. It's more based on what I'm seeing on the higher time frame. So I'm going to put I'll put 3 units in today rather than going in with the full 6. So I'm just going with half a position size here this moment this morning because of the risk is that I could just be completely wrong, and obviously there's always that risk, but it's not exactly lined up here this morning. So it's more based on what I'm seeing on the higher time frames, on up to the 4-hour chart, and so therefore I wouldn't mind seeing a move down. But if we go out, if we look at the likes of the hourly charts, you can see that overall it's been going up. So and I'm looking for this to have a bit of a pullback, so it doesn't have to do it. So hence why I'm just position sizing to appropriately manage the trade, so to speak, by not risking too much. So what I'll do is I'll bring up the account, bring the stops in. Actually, I'll just do it here. So I'll get all the stops sorted out, and then we'll come back to this. So this could be over very quickly. I'm going to put the stops just above here, about 110.04 by looks of things, and that's going to be about it for now. So this trade could be over very quickly if it wants to come up. But if not, then it wants to roll over. Then there's some pippage to the downside if it does want to have a little bit of a run. So we'll see how that runs. But I'm not quite confident enough to want to put much more than like half full size. Just put 3 lots on this one. So I'll press pause for a minute. Okay, just back, and it looks like I'm about to get stopped out here. It must be very, very close. I think my stop was about 04. So there it goes. Yeah. So there it goes. So oh, that's weird. That is weird. It stopped me out on 2 of them, but not on the 3rd one. That very rare that happens. But anyway, so I have been stopped out on 2 of them. The next one I'll get stopped out any minute, I'm sure. Because I have my orders in at 035, because that means we'll get stopped out at 404. As you can see, I've been stopped at 04 here. I'll ignore this trade down here. That's just a trade that I've got running at the moment on a different market. So it's just I'm not including that in today's obviously video because it's not been taken live today. It was something I set up yesterday. So anyway, so as it currently stands, yep, well, waiting to see have I got the stop in the right place. 110. Oh, that's why I've put it in at 110.35. Oh, you plonker. Right, okay. So where we're actually at 110.00. Right, okay. Let's change the stop, shall we? 110.035. I missed off the extra O. That's why I didn't get stopped out there. So and we're at 035 at the moment, but it has to go through there on the bid, on the ask, sorry, on the bid, sorry. So yeah, that will get stopped out any minute. So yeah, first trade, losing trade so far there today. So let's just move that off. So I'm sure that's about to get stopped. Looks like it's about to get stopped there. Let's move it across a bit and see where the euro is. I'm sure it will do any minute if it goes back up there. So we'll see that in a minute. So at the moment, not a lot to go on. So we've got the euro going up, cable coming down, and at the moment, and so we'll just carry on watching and see what's going to happen. Sometimes I'll look at a market, and because I've got this view on the euro, and sometimes if I get stopped out the first time, I will give it a second attempt. So so it can happen that I'll give a market a second attempt. So I'm still going to be watching that euro dollar. Just if I feel that it's not really up to too much and this is just a bit of noise, then it could well be that I still look to put another short on. Having said that, I'm looking at my momentum charts, and momentum is all sort of facing up at the moment. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything. There we go. So it has taken the second stop out. So down 250 so far today. So the momentum is all facing upwards. So you know, I'm just on the wrong side of it at the moment. So I'll press pause for the time being, and then we'll come back to this. Right, just back, and I'm going to give the Aussie dollar a try here on the long side. So I'm going to put 3 lots in again on the Aussie dollar. I'm going to put 3 lots in. The stop is minuscule because it's just down below this low. So it's just a couple of pips below where we currently are, and so if I get stopped out, then it doesn't really matter. Mind you, I could just hold off because we're just about to hit the lower bands on the hourly, but I'd rather no, I'd rather hold off. So I've just put 3 lots in. Have I put 3 in? No, I've put 2 in. So let's get the third one in. Right, so I've got 3 units in on the Aussie dollar. I'm just going to quickly put my stops in. So I'm going to put my stops in below here. So I'll press pause while I'm just doing that. Okay, just back, and I have been stopped out on the Aussie dollar. So I'm sitting on 2 losing trades now this morning. So fairly small. So just keeping it relatively small at the moment. So we'll come back to this if I can get anything else. But the markets at the moment, not getting a great read on them just yet. So I'll press pause. We'll see what happens. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to get my final shot of the day on the Aussie dollar again. So let's bring it up. So it's come back inside its bands. I think it's hit the support on the hourly charts now as well. So this is the final attempt on this Aussie dollar. So I'll put 3 units in. I mistakenly put 4 units in last time, but the stops are so small anyway. Mind you, I guess I could put another four in, but I'll leave it as it is because I'll put 3 units in because I've already had 2 stop outs. A final stop out will still take me to the best part of 500 quid down for the day. So and maybe we'll just, if this one doesn't work out, then that might be it. Might just call it quits for the day and leave it at that. I've got the dollar CAD trade running, but that's something completely different. So as far as the day trading is concerned, maybe that will be it for the morning. But anyway, I'll put those in. I'm just going to quickly get the stop sorted out. I'll press pause. Okay, just back, and I have now just been stopped out. We've been sat in this Aussie dollar trade for I don't know how long, about an hour, and looked like for a minute it was coming up there, but it's literally just nicked me out down there at the lows. So let's bring up the account. So I've lost now £197 on Aussie, and obviously that euro trade this morning at 250. So down about 450, let's call it, so far today. So it's not really happening here today at the moment. So I'll just carry on watching these markets, but I don't know when the next trade will come or if I'll take another trade yet, so I'll press pause for now. Right, just back, and you may be thinking I'm mad on this video update today, but I'm going to have to give this Aussie dollar another shot. It looks like it's done a stop run here. So this is on the 5-minute chart. If we go out to the 15-minute chart, you can get an idea of what it's done here. It's come down below these lows, taken out these lows, and it's looking like it could well be a stop run. That's the 30-minute chart now. So yeah, I mean it's still a bit early in the well, it's going up to 10 past 10, so we've only got 5 minutes to go for the 15-minute candle to close. This is back on the 5-minute chart again, but I'm going to have to give this another shot. So but what I'm going to do, I'll just explain to the guys in the trading room because I'm here trading with them this morning. As we close inside the bands, I'm just going to have to I'm going to put 2 lots in rather than 3 lots. So you downsize your position again, rather than trying to make back all of your losses that you've sustained for the day. You mitigate that. You're not interested in trying to make back losses. All you're interested in is because you've still got a trade set up, but you downsize to reflect that. So let's get 1 unit in here. So I've got 1 unit in. And if we take a little dip, then I'll get the second unit in on the little dip. So I've got 1 unit in there. So, and that's the important thing. You have to recognize when you're trading when, okay, it's not been your day, and but there's still a trade set up that you feel that warrants trading, but you just downsize your position even more. You're not going to make back your losses, but you might. If it becomes a winning trade, it will still end up being okay. That's the second unit in. I've just got the second unit in. So just 2 lots in there now, and we'll just see what happens. Stop back down below this low, and we'll see. But and if that one stops out, that is me done. That's the video update finished for the day. It'll be about 4 or 5 losers in a row. But bear in mind, that's 4 or 5 losers in a row, but it's still well under 1% at risk. That's across all of those losers. So I don't do 1% at risk per trade necessarily if I'm not overly liking the setups. So yeah, it'll still be a well under 1% at risk for the whole entire day, even if I take another loser here. So and that's the difference, managing your risk always. So anyway, so if this comes up, yeah, okay, I won't make back all of my losses that I've had on those 3 or 4 trades here this morning, but but obviously it'll cut into those if it does come up. So we shall see. But if it rolls over, I'm not compounding the losses by going in with another 3 lots or 4 lots. I'm only trading at 2 lots, so the loss won't be that much greater. So anyway, I shall press pause. We'll see what happens. Okay, just back, and the Aussie's sort of holding at the moment. So, but what I've got to pop out to the gym. It's gym morning. So what I'm going to do is put a limit order in on one of these orders. So on one of these orders, I've got a target up at 34. So 71.34. So 71.34. So I've put that limit order in on one of them. And then the other one I'll make a decision on, because I do think that overall, if the Aussie dollar was to come up later today, that it could end up having a bit of a break up. I'm just going to have a quick look at my charts off screen whilst I'm talking to you here, and yeah, it could get up into the 40s or even 50s or so. So the potential is still there. So we'll see about that. So I've put that limit order in. I'm only going out for an hour. I do not expect it to go up there in the space that I'm going to be gone, because it's only an hour. It's a long way for it to go. I think this is probably going to take all day if it's going to get up there, but I'll put it in there just in case on one of them. Okay, so I'll be back a bit later. We'll see what happens in the meantime. Okay, just back, and as we can see, the Aussie dollar came up a bit while I've been out, but it's now just starting to roll maybe again. So I've moved my stop up just below this 200 period moving average here on the 5-minute chart. So what was my entry? Entry was at 01 and 00, and my stop's now at 96. So 5 pip stops. Sometimes it's the way it is. It's just the way it goes. You just can't get the right feel. And I think this is the thing. The lesson for today's trading is that we didn't have a massive feel on the markets this morning. They were a bit all over the place. So what you do is you downsize. You can still trade, like I've still traded and still given a few attempts at some of these markets, especially the Aussie dollar here, 3 attempts at it. But you just downsize. So if I lose today, I'll still lose a total of less than 1% across all of those trades all added up. So it's not the end of the world. But anyway, nevertheless, it's still 4 or 5 losing trades. What will it be? I'm just looking off screen. 1, 2, 3, 4 losing trades it will be this morning, today. So anyway, we shall see. I suspect I've just got the wrong market here. I'm looking at cable. Cable had a bit of a run, and so that one probably was the right one, because cable it's had a bit of a run. So that was probably the right one. But nevertheless, we'll still hold out on this Aussie dollar. It's the bigger picture anyway that was trading, realistically, the bigger picture. So we'll see if it can come good yet. But it's looking very, very just languishing, isn't it? So I'll press pause for now. Resume. Okay, so we've got some news coming out. Let's just see what's going to happen here, and whether I'm about to get stopped out on the Aussie or it's going to go up. So nothing electrifying there on the news front there, affecting the Aussie at all as it currently stands. So it's 12:30. Let's just watch it for a minute and just see if it starts to move. Here we go. That's a bit better. Right. So what I'm going to be looking to do is to add to this Aussie dollar trade now. So fingers on the triggers. It looks that way. So Aussie dollar looking like it's going to be added. I'm just having a quick look at my charts off screen first of all. So and see where we are. Yeah, it's a sloppy mess, the Aussie dollar today, but I'm going to give it a go. So long, one more unit here, one more unit at 12, gone extra long, an extra unit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move up the stops on everything to 71 now, to this low here, basically the round number, so that effectively I'm only going to take a loss on this unit I've just added. I've just gone in on. So I've just gone in right at the high there at 12. I'm going to quickly get the stop in place and move my other stops. So let me quickly do this. 71, because if I'm wrong, my stop's effectively at 99. Sorry. So I'm just quickly getting those stops done, because if I'm wrong, it's going to come and take me. So all of my stops now at 99. Okay, so I've elected to go in. We've had a bit of a thrust up. I've not waited for the candle to lock in. That could cost me. Sometimes I wait, sometimes I don't. But the way it had come up, I thought, okay, maybe this is finally it. This is now the Aussie's chance to have that run. But and now it's not. So it looks like I'm going to get stopped out, guys. So that was a good one, wasn't it? One of those days. But the what I've done by moving the stop up, I'm only going to get stopped out. I mean, it's going to be like a 1 pip stop now, or whatever it is on the initial trades, and whatever 12 pips or so on the add-in. So we'll see. So we're just watching for now. It's coming down, getting close there. Let's actually bring up the account so we can have a look at it, so we can see everything. Right. Okay. So here we are. So here's the original. I say original, but the two trades from well earlier on, and here's the add-in trade. I've just gone in at 12.7. All the stops are at 71, which means I'll get stopped out at 70.99. That's effectively where my stop is, therefore, on this. So we'll just see what's going to happen. So whether I'm going to get stopped out on the two and then take the loss on this one, and if that's the case, then I'll take a total loss of probably about £500, I guess, for the day, probably. We'll soon find out if it's going to come down and get me. So anyway, I'll move that off screen for the minute. We'll just watch this and see what happens. But I guess for now I'll just press pause. But I would have liked it to have shoved up by now. So I suspect that I've just got trapped in there, and it doesn't want to play. So I think for now it's looking more likely that I'm just going to get stopped. But we'll see. It's there or thereabouts. It's very, very close. So I'll press pause for a second. Right, just back, and I have been stopped. So as it's come down, so £252 on that Euro trade earlier on, and 310 in total on the Aussie. So £560 down for the day. So still well under 1%, like I was talking about earlier on. But yeah, it's not. It's just I've given how many trades out? 1, 2, 3, 4 individual trades there today, and I just haven't been able to get a handle on where these markets have been going. So. On that note, I'm going to call this video update a wrap, I think. So, but as always, a good learning on all of these things about when you're trading, managing risk, and so always something to take from these sort of days, and not allowing your trades to get out of control. So keeping it small. If the Aussie dollar had a run, great. And what I've done there was add to that position, but because I knew I could move my stops up a bit on the remaining two. So and then if it had gone, then it would have been added more bang for my buck. But as we can see, it's not doing anything, so I've left it alone. Have a great weekend. Hopefully we'll have a better one next Friday.